Drake dropping Iceman would have been so cool. And I know that birthday releases are like super corny, but this being the quarter century and then his birthday landing on a Friday and just all the things that have been happening between this year and last year, I just feel like the album coming would have been so perfect. Just the most perfect culmination of events. But there's always Halloween next Friday, or honestly any other Friday, or sometime in Q1 of 2026. But nonetheless, happiest 39th birthday weekend to a GOAT. Uncontested. We already know that Drake is one of the most decorated artists in history with endless chart toppers, Grammys, cultural moments. He's changed hip hop forever. Despite what some naysayers may still be saying, even up until birthday eve. Sheesh. From Best I Ever Had to God's Plans, everything before, between, and after, he really shaped a whole generation with his unique sound. But despite everything that has come with that impact, let's be real, this has been quite a wild year for Drake. 18 months-ish. And after not only the beef with Kendrick, but the results of the lawsuit with UMG, his public perception has shifted. You can feel it, right? It's like there's doubt in the air, and it's just, metaphorically, it feels like he has his back against the wall. And for someone with that kind of resume, you would think that that wouldn't be possible. But it's the 20v1, the tension of it all. It's what makes his birthday very interesting and makes the next 365 worth paying attention to. The Iceman project is going to be one of the most pivotal moments of his life and career, because it's not just about the music, it's about where he is as an artist, as a person. And after over a decade at the top, now the world is watching him under a microscope more than ever to see what will be his next major move. He's had some cool streaming components of this rollout, but I really want him to go all out. I'm talking some kind of documentary or behind the scenes film. I know we got 100 gigs. That was a cool precursor, but I want it in theaters. I want there to be a sit-down interview, unfiltered, with a journalist. And obviously I'm biased because I'm a journalist, but it's like, I love the streamer interviews, you know. I love the Bobby Altoff. I love all of that. But I think back to some of the interviews that he had with folks like Elliott Wilson and B. Dot, and I loved the vulnerability that I saw there. I want to see if we can see that again. And obviously Drake is a whole different person now. And in still some respects the same person, but he's in a different era of his life. But I would love for there to be a raw and real sit-down conversation with a journalist where he can talk all aspects of his life and career, especially over this past 18 months, but also the past 18 years. One of Drake's greatest criticisms is that he is always reinventing himself. And depending on who you ask, that's not necessarily a bad thing. So for someone who's always been about reinvention, if there's ever been a time for him to reveal something new or to show us a side we haven't seen before, it's now. Like, he's already done it all in so many respects. So maybe this chapter isn't just about proving doubters wrong once again. Maybe it's about showing a dimension of himself that we haven't really seen enough of. So, that being said, here's Drake entering the final year of his 30s, the big 39. May it be his most creative, most bold, most fruitful, and most deeply honest era yet. Happy 39th year and more life to the sixth god. Here's to the next chapter.